our college degrees mean nothing.
So welcome to the show. Huh? Welcome to the show.
Got it wrong again.
I am that I am. Some call me Haru.
Some call me Jadon Parker.
Some call me Nas.
Yes, sir. And we're here today with you. Episode 8.
Of the Konsider Show. Let's let them know.
The Konsider Show. No, they already know. We already 8 deep.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? We've been coming pretty hard. We've been kind of doing some philosophical to the getting deep with you, whatever, consciousness, whatever the case may be. But we want to hit something that's been a sensitive subject over in these parts pretty in the last few months. Let me share it like that. You know, exactly, because this is we're going to talk about this employee marketing concept that has been developed from this propaganda beautiful media called Fox Networks and CBNs and Googles and Bings and all these other big conglomerate businesses that we support.
The new world order, perhaps?
Yes, come on.
What's classic about this? This is a wrestling t-shirt
You know?
from the late 90s.
Yes,
Did they know what they were doing?
No, for sure. They had it down. No, they had it down. They always had it down. And that's some of the things we've been seeing too with the email marketing or with the particular ways how they're subliminally giving us these messages, right? Just everywhere we're dealing with this, at our jobs, at our homes, man, think about it. Everybody on their cell phone now. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of, you're filling out applications on your phone. You know what I'm saying? I heard of people filling out applications on their phone, stuff like that.
For a lot of people, that's their only computer.
So it's and I know
it's my main computer.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
and that's been becoming common now. And it's becoming real common now. You rarely see people really dealing with, you know, they might not even have a laptop no more. They're dealing with other, like you said, little pads and you know, going to that market. So, but what I'm saying, it's keeping us away. It's keeping us submitting ourselves to this government. You feel what I'm saying? It's submitting ourselves. Think about it. The email marketing or the employee marketing. It's the same concept. You know, you're feeding into their window or whatever they want to call this big. Need to be filled. Like Jesus don't need money or the church don't need money, as your boy would say, right? But y'all just keep feeding them. Right. You know, we just keep feeding these problems, and then we're wondering why the employee's saying, well, we need to see 10 IDs from you and 30 days and 30 of this and whatever. I'm exaggerating, but these are certain things I'm seeing. Questionnaire, 51 questions. How do they even come up with them questions?
You know what this is, though? It's just like the cycles of any business or any like real estate market. You have a buyer's market, you have a seller's market. Right now, you have an employer's market. Employers control the market because there's so many employees out there. They've even raised the bar now to where our college degrees mean nothing.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
Or it means what a high school diploma did.
For sure.
You know, back in the 80s, 90s. So right now they have so many people to go through. Sometimes they feel that they have the justification to ask for your left arm.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Because it weeds out people that don't want to do it, and so that helps.
I'll tell you this from the flips, because I've been on both sides. I've been an employee and now being an employer. I do understand that sometimes you do get people that, for whatever reason, they take risks and they try and get into fields that they're not familiar with. And you do have to weed those people out. But you can tell in a conversation an expert in the field or someone that you that's talented in the area that you're looking for by just having a conversation.
Yeah, and that's what we tend to not do.
Well, what's weird is if you want to do that, that's hard these days. How many times have you gone in person sort of store, which almost never anyone even does at all anymore anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Even going to the businesses, showing your face,
Right.
trying to have a conversation with someone there. No, it's number one, you're weird for even showing up, because why didn't you check online? Number two, if you do want to talk to someone or reply, it's, I will fill out this application or go to the website and reply. It's but I'm here. I can tell you, we can have a chat right now. I mean, about it, and it's like, you're gonna know, unless you're a dumb shit judge of character and all this kind of stuff, you're gonna know most likely if they're gonna work out.
Right.
This job that I just got, I can explain the start to finish of it. It was very interesting because it was the longest interview process I've ever been through. But like, I've applied to the same company before. Basically, the first part, you send a resume, then you do the application, all that usual stuff. Then if you are selected from that group, then you immediately do one of those. It's like a psychological questionnaire test. BS is the first thing, and then you submit that to them, and they take whatever they get from that and narrow it down again.
Wow.
But it's like, so the first time I applied, I didn't even get past that part. And I was like, I know I can do this job, and I know if I can talk to these people, no problem. I just have to get in there to talk to them.
For sure.
And in some cases, they're assessing. In some cases, literally, what they're doing is they're assessing you through a psychiatric means. Basically, they want to know what type of personality you have.
Right.
But that's still. I mean, if you actually think about that, the most sadistic people. Let's put serial killers out there, for example. And there's not a lot of them, so we're overwhelmed with serial killers. But we are, in some cases, that could be another show too. But the point is that someone that's meticulous, that's highly intelligent, organized, will recognize that and can deceive those types of but they pay thousands of dollars for those types of tests to assess people's personality, their mental capacities, and so forth. Sometimes you question whether that's necessary. But again, they can do things like that now.
Oh, sure.
And get away with it.
Well, I question it too, because all the questions that are in there, almost all of them, I think to myself, depends on the situation. But that's life to me. If you're going through life and you are not thinking about the total situation here, different ways to go about different things, and you're just not coming to a snap conclusion here, then you're doing life wrong. You're missing out.
You're not the average Joe, because the average Joe is a Democrat or a Republican.
You gotta be part of a side, a team.
Basically, they answer the question before the question is brought.
Right.
So by accepting that label, and you said it earlier when you first started, you said that we're always in our phones. So when you show up, you're disrupting their norms.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, you're in my face. I'm not comfortable. So
time.
we're losing our socialness
skills. Social skills.
And the importance behind that is really we start losing. I mean, if you actually think about it, the business system is built upon the human anatomy, the way that our body works, the currency. And so the less we are in contact with one another, the less energy we share.
For sure.
The less compassion we have with one another. And then so that's where you get the irritation from, because we're no longer connected.
And that's funny you say that too, because the sociological aspect of it, I noticed that even at Highline Community College or Highline College, that their sociology department always be packed. Every class, especially Bryce. Bryce be having for sure. But he be having that class packed out. He could get 35, but it'd be like 45. You know what I'm saying? So he got a
dynamic teacher.
Definitely on that. He definitely gives you a more, and that's what I was just saying. Just saying how what they're doing, and they're teaching it right away. I mean, that's what's tripping me out. Oh, get you a job at 14. We're already working with the psyche of the babies. So it's kind of like, it's crazy. You got to get you a job, and you got to do
Because
this.
you got to be a cog in the
know?
machine as soon as possible. That's what we're built for.
Yeah.
That's what the public education system is for.
For sure.
All to get us into that machine as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The matrix, you
I
know.
hit a nail right there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so go. So to continue with my little journey to this place, so I get through that. Then there's a technical test that I got to do. 'Cause I don't even talk to anyone yet, mind you. Well, it's a technical test. Now, I've done IT for 20 years. Do I need to take a technical test? I mean, okay, so I take a technical test.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. It was easy. It was fine. Then I finally get contacted. Like to have a phone interview. All right, you don't even have the balls to talk to me in person. You have to do it over the phone before I can show up and disrupt your business because you don't know if I'm lucky enough to do so yet. Phone interview is fine. Oh, now I get an in-person interview, so I can do that while I'm with that because now I get to work the magic. You know, it's
sure.
Now you're getting to see my personality and know. You know, you see my facial expressions, my hand movements. You know, you can look into my eyes and see, you know, what I'm about. It's like you can tell that kind of stuff.
No doubt.
Then you know, after that, what there was yet another personality test to take. Even after that, then after that, there was another interview in person with the CEO.
Oh,
I think I've ever been through that.
You know, it was interesting and thorough, and in a way I enjoyed it because I've never been through that much of a process. And they were thorough. I mean, they asked me all kinds of things that I've never been asked before, just to make sure I'd be a good fit, I guess. You know, and then at the end of it, you know, they're begging me to work for them. You know, and whatnot. You know, so it's just like. Man, if I could have just walked in there, it's like you know what I like to do?
This and I could have gotten in the first place.
Yeah, I wish I could have. Well, you know what? They apologized that they didn't catch me the first time I applied to them.
Sure.
I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you didn't have such a shit system that, you know, try to. Again, I understand the weeding people out part, and you know, they have the power right now as employers, so I get all that.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, okay, how about I walk in? This is how I want to get a job. Because the best way to like test me is not a written test,
for sure.
or especially in IT stuff. It depends. I cannot tell you a number one answer every single time for a tech question, you know. And so it's, you know, what I want to do: walk into a place and say, "Hey, I want to work for you guys. I'd be show you. I'll work for you for free. You'll damn near hire me in the first day. I can guarantee you that, and fire that guy because I'm better than him."
Exactly.
That shit would beat the probably be shorter than the interview process.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Because
how
I could prove everything in one day. You know, how good are you? Literally, how good you are at the job they're doing.
Right.
Yes,
they know.
That's what apprentice used to be.
They know what I have done in the past because they can read it on my resume,
sure.
but they haven't seen me in action. That's a whole other, you know, ball.
Because anybody can do that.
Then you can fake all that stuff.
Yeah,
if you really
for
want
sure.
to. Are they checking all that? No, they're not checking all that. No, they're all the time. You know,
the technical apprentice. Yeah, I could see something like that.
So yeah, interesting. I'm glad I got hired. Because besides that, it's a good company as far as companies go, I guess.
You know, and I guess like we were saying earlier too in the show, it's about the process. It's the process, how you navigate, what you go through, how you mature off those particular examples.
I used to. Man, you know, I don't want to do interviews for funsies all the time, but I mean, I used to just really loathe going into interviews. Just, I don't want to do it. I'm all scared to death and all this kind of stuff, and how am I going to be? But yeah, it's the whole thing is those failures that you're getting from not getting hired. You learn from them and move on. You get better at the next one, and you know whatnot, and then there you go. Because like you've been running around this place trying to find something. And I've told you this before, it's like, if I was a employer and you walked into my place and talked to me, you'd be hired on the spot. Yeah. It's not just because I know you right now, but it's like who is walking in there, having an intelligent conversation, making me think, you know, just personality, who's doing this?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm gonna hire the guy off because my little system that I have set up through the technology that tells me this guy over here is the best choice. So I have this guy, that's here. It's like a no-brainer, but it's like going through the whole process. It's like that doesn't even matter really what you're going. You still have to do all the other stuff. It's like how you prove, how can you stand out?
Yeah, and that's key. That's key. That's
they won't even let you stand out.
Yeah, exactly. Just the opportunity. It don't have to be, everything's just laid out for you. It's just hey, say yes one time. It ain't gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even in life. I mean, when you taking it in, that's why, like I said, we bring it back to the cannabis. Matter of fact, what's this sativa brand we're working with you got going on here? Just kind of get the name out there, let people know
this is the Cinex.
Cinex.
I don't remember. I remember one of the parents. I don't remember the second, but it's Vortex. But this is sativa. Very cerebral. I like the more cerebral values.
It feels good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but it feels good.
I had a bunch of blockhead before this, so that's thanks. Appreciate you. He's trying to sabotage me on the show already.
I'm kinda going up and down a little. But enjoying the moment, enjoying the moment, really trying to bring it back to what we actually back to the circle. How employee marketing is going on. When I'm even just taking a journey, just trying to find a part-time gig and just filling out these applications, and I'm wondering, none of this is relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All these things they're asking is stuff so out of dated. It's like, what the?
You know what? One of the most amazing things is when I learned that employers are asking for credit checks. Wait a minute. If somebody's out of work, they can't pay. They're not going to be able to pay all of their bills with their unemployment or whatever.
This is all planned.
Yeah,
I mean, this is all
asking for
a game.
Bad credit. You're making that a strike against them. So
This is how we get the elite is continuing to go this way, and we're all continuing to go. This is one of the many ways to do that, and we don't even realize it.
Yeah, and it's huge. It's huge. Remind me of Total Recall. Total Recall. Me and my movies, man. But them movies
You're gonna
are
get
so
a movie
deep.
show.
We have to, because
we gotta get
there's
that
so
guy.
many. Yeah, there's so many elements
First guess.
that we've been, especially in them 80s and 90s coming up. I mean, I know
that stuff
in my
warned
particular
us
time,
what
the Spielberg.
What we're going through right now
was huge. Yeah, Spielberg was big.
1984.
Yeah, classic. And if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen that, you got a problem. Because that's a must see.
That was the year I was born too, 1984.
Well, here's the thing though, is that a lot of that is they are talking about a lot of things, or did talk about a lot of things of what's going on now. But what people, when you do get into understanding what's going on now, we can't panic behind this. Yeah. We got to understand that the real power is actually in the feet that are on the ground, and that's the people. Yeah, for example, we talk, a big thing right now is with, Black Lives Matter, with police brutality. Okay. But let's look at the realistic thing. The entire community of people, not just the black community, anybody that is abused by a government official, there's more of the populace than there are of the government officials in any capacity. Right. I don't care from congressman down to the lowest level of janitor, assistant, whatever. There's more people than there are them, and they require us to consent in order to do the things that they want to do. One of the biggest things that we consent at is giving up one of our powers in the jury. That is one of the most asinine things that I've ever heard of for a free society, to not understand their powers of jury nullification. You do not have to accept the laws that these government officials put on you, not if you're free, and you just need to learn about it. When they say knowledge is power, that's one of the most, that is one of the most, it is actually the largest power that we've given up. Because we think the vote is the power. The vote is not jack. It's really not. We don't vote the president in. Let's just be realistic about this. People do not vote the president in the office. Yes, we do, and to be honest with you, it's more important to vote locally if you're going to vote. You know, if you're really going to push that thing, vote locally. Because, you know, we blame a lot of things on the president, whether it's Bush, Obama, who the heck ever. He can't do a whole lot of things to affect your life individually. No. And technically, he's a CEO. He's supposed to be the head of corporate or country development. You know what I'm saying? Not everyday life. People are supposed to take care of that in a free society. You know what I'm saying? And if we do, the neighbor takes care of each other. If we look outside, how many neighbors do we have? It's really our fault. You know, anything we go through that we decide we don't want. We have friends. Okay, look, man, you get this stuff, I'll get this stuff. If something goes wrong, here's where we're gonna meet. You know what I'm saying? You organize with your friends and your family. Don't be scared of this NWO and this market failure and a dollar crash and all that stuff. But prepare for it. With each other. You understand? Because it doesn't take money to build a bridge. No. It takes people and resources. We just use that money as a medium to get those resources from other people.
Dropping signs.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started.
I know, I'm sorry. But no, that's good. We need that. We need that because I want to make sure we communicating or speaking everyone's language. You know, at least everybody who speaks English.
Well, it's really about that perception.
Exactly.
Do you love and hope, or do you fear and hate?
You know.
It really is a simple thing. Do you love and hope, or do you fear and hate? If you love and hope, you have an answer for almost everything.
Yeah, for sure.
You do. I mean, you have an answer for almost everything in helping one another.
That should be the end result.
But when I fear my neighbor, and literally one of my neighbors does fear us, they can't come ask for anything because of their fear. You know, they could tell ass out of whatever, and I would help them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it could be like the people that used to live. Somebody could be breaking in their house. I would help them, but they'd be too afraid to ask because they fear me for some nonsense.
Yeah, it's crazy. Perception.
We've all been trained to put each other in those boxes.
We have.
They don't even have to do it for us anymore. We voluntarily go back to the Black Lives Matter. I first heard that, I'm like, about all people matter? I mean, instantly, I'm like, what are we talking? Why did you purposely put this into a box? We're all in this together. It's not as difficult.
We have to say, look, I support you. I support you, Black Lives Matter. All lives matter, but I support you. Asian Lives Matter came out and said the same thing. Hispanic Lives Matter came out and said, fine, we can recognize our families.
Sure.
We can recognize our families. I'm not saying be that pool, right? I'm not saying be that pool and ignore your individualism or your sections of your family and stuff like that. But what we are saying is that there's power in us. That's just the truth. There's power in us. You know? In our cooperation, in our mental capacity.
That's it, and it's literally. I mean, I'm looking at the words they're using, the selection. You know, when you're actually filling out these applications, they're brilliant how they putting these words together. You know, they got these attorneys putting these little applications together. You're looking at this and you thinking, wow. So you gonna give me a P test after I done signed? You said you ain't gonna P test, but you on the verge of P test. So I'm like, wow, and I gotta sign this, you know? So it's a dirty game how they compel you.
That's one thing I don't have to worry about in this job. They don't care.
Yeah, and see, and that's what time it is.
As long as I can perform my job, they don't care.
Exactly.
That's the one thing I admire about, I have admired in the past, at least about IT, is that they have there's a different energy in that in most places that I've seen. I see more of them folks. When I was in corporate America, I'd be in slacks and a shirt or a suit or whatever, and IT guy come up and ratted up jeans and sneakers or sandals or whatever.
That's changed.
Yeah, I know it's not quite like that. But
it used to be like that a lot, but it's gotten corporatized itself a lot.
Wow.
Interesting. Every IT job I've ever had, I have to dress nice. I'm like thinking to myself, I gotta go under desks and stuff. It's like no one cares because and almost everyone is like, oh, it's just the IT guy. They don't really care what what it looked like because they understand.
That's fine.
But you're representing the company or whatever, so you have to look just like a drone, like everybody else is miserable in the place.
Yeah, so we coming down to that mark. We're getting down to about 148 right now. So I just wanted to kind of touch bases with people, just let them know where they can come check us out. Y'all got anything y'all wanted to say? Tell the people what's up, what's going on. You know,
You have
anything?
the power.
Yes. Come on.
Yeah, and that can be a small thing or a big thing
Yeah,
in
for
life.
sure,
You
for
know, I had the power of leaving my last job because my boss was psychotic, and I'm losing 20 grand a year to switch to a different job,
Right.
at least for now, end up higher, but temporarily, and that's my power that I can do that.
Yeah.
And my boss, when I told him I was leaving, how convenient, he said, well, I was about to talk to you about paying you more. But the thing is, that you could have paid me 150 grand a year, I wouldn't have stayed.
Right.
And that would have been great for my family to have that kind of cash, but that's not what's best for me, because, you know, this place was going to kill me. I was going to, I mean, it was already affecting all kinds of stuff. You know, physically, emotionally,
Wow.
you know, just, yeah, we'll talk, but, yeah, so just, you have the power to change that, and
Yeah, for sure.
it's been a long road to try to get out of it, but I knew all along I had the power to do so. Everybody does.
Yeah, for sure. So like, comment, subscribe right here at Konsider Show.
Yep, Konsider Show, KonsiderGroup.com.
Yeah, for sure. Just touch bases with us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know. Let us know what you think. Let us hear. Definitely. You got our emails, you got the website, hit us up. Let us know. Peace.